Hello everybody, Smoking Cigars with Howlinblind, Howlinblind Muddyslim. And I always say that with all due respect to Gary Burbank, my all-time favorite blues man, my hero, radio disc jockey, the funniest man in the world. What I'm going to be smoking today is this Hoy de Monterey Excalibur, and I believe it's of a brand new blend that Hoy de Monterey Excaliburs have put out. I think it's like the King Arthur, the Lancelot, or one of those. It's the it's about a 50 ring. Now normally I smoke Maduros, and my favorite in the Hoy de Monterey Excalibur 1066 line is the Dark Knight, which is an excellent cigar. I'm going to let you know right off the bat, this video is going to be about probably a two-parter, because I don't want to make a bunch of separate videos. I just want to keep on jabbering away because I got a lot on my mind today. First thing I want to talk about is conspiracy theory. Hang on a second, let's get this baby rolling. The next thing I want to talk about after that will be Cuban cigars. And then the next thing I'll want to talk about will be non-smokers versus anti-smokers. Let me take a swig of my Mountain Dew. It was a conspiracy theory not long ago that's been confirmed that our government used the poor education system and credit against the American people to bring them down and to put them in a financial situation that would be devastating to their household. I've got a little bit of a cold, but I can still taste this cigar. And that has been proven. When the government took over the public school systems, the intelligence level of our children coming out dropped. The only way you can get intelligent is education. And the only way you can get education anymore is to educate yourself. Get out there and find the answers, the truths to everything. Mathematics, economics, everything. I was coming home last night and it just hit me like an epiphany of what I call the ultimate conspiracy theory against us. I have no proof of this yet, but I want you to think about it. How many people who are watching this video, or do you know, who when they worked used to get a paycheck once a week? My new job, I get paid every week. There for a while, when I was in the corporate world, and I do believe the government and the corporations are linked, conspiracy theory or not, they are linked. The government is backing corporations 100%. This country is becoming a corporate country, which you can also call fascism. When I was in the corporate world, all of a sudden you got paid every 2 weeks. There's always a stipulation. You must have this direct deposit in a bank. Tell me if I'm lying, folks. Are you in the corporate world? Do you get paid every 2 weeks? Do they demand you have your paycheck direct deposit? Second, now that I'm out of the corporate world and in the decent part, I work in a smoke shop. I love it. And you get paid every week. The owner comes out and he hands you a paycheck showing all your deductions. And then he says, if you'd like me to cash it, I'll cash it. You don't even have to take that check to the bank and deposit it and wait for it to clear before you have full access to your money. Because now my boss will cash my paycheck. I can take cash to the bank, and cash, there's no, well, right now, there's no question about it. You get 100% full access to that money the moment you walk away after you've made that deposit. You've deposited a $1,000 check, only 100 of it is available until they decide it has cleared. Okay. Now, when I get my paycheck now, I pay my bills and I look at my leftover money and I say, I don't have a whole lot. I've got enough to put gas in my car this week, food in my stomach, maybe rent a movie. And maybe put 20 back. The next week, same thing. Same thing. I've got to save up some money. It was like this when I was a kid. My dad would get paid every week. We would eat at home every week, except on payday night. Because here's what would happen. My dad would come home, he would cash his check, or I believe what they would do back in the good old days, we would go to the grocery store, and the grocery store cashed the paycheck for my mom and dad, and she would figure out the bills. We would all get McDonald's. This would be on a Thursday or Friday night, whichever pay night was for my dad. One night, we ate McDonald's. That was a treat. Then we'd go to the grocery store and we'd sit in the parking lot, listen to wacky radio while my mom did the grocery shopping. My dad would take us down to the drugstore. We'd all get a soda fountain Coke. And then we'd sit in the car and wait till my mom came out and we'd be listening to wacky radio. I remember hearing Honey Don't by the Beatles in those days, but now I ramble on. And if you went shopping for a new pair of pants or a new shirt or something like that, it was once in a great while because they would have to save up some money. And I'm a witness to this because it happened to me. Then all of a sudden, you're out there and now you're getting paid every 2 weeks. Which means you have the leftover money from week 1 and the leftover money from week 2 in a big pile. On payday, you pay your bills, you go out to eat, and you think, I'm going to eat out every frickin' night this week because last week I had to eat cold fried chicken or whatever. And I'll explain why. So you decide you're going to eat out. You go to the mall and you buy a new pair of shoes or you buy a new pair of pants or a record album or something like that. You spend some money because you've got a big pile left over after you pay your bills. And you buy your groceries, and then the next week, when you get paid, or you don't even get paid that week, so man, you think, dadgummit, man, how can I do this? I'm almost out of gas, I'm out of money,